And welcome to Jack Couch Park, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Kitchener Panthers baseball here on YouTube. It is the postseason. Here we are, 30 games down, and now it is a best of three. Here in the first round, it is the third-seeded Kitchener Panthers and the sixth-seeded Brantford Red Sox. Good evening, everybody. I'm Mark Perry. I'll take you through tonight's action here at Jack Couch. I'll go through the lineups in just a moment, but time is short. I got to catch up with both managers earlier on today on the field. Without further ado, here's how Panthers manager Don Menard sees things going into tonight. Hey, Don, it's game one. The playoffs are here. How you feeling?
I'm excited. It's nice, you know. A little cooler than I thought, and the wind blowing out of Jack Couch, but no, it's good. The guys are all ready, so this is the time that we've all been waiting for you know, since we all started this way back in May again. So it's go time.
And just obviously matching up against Brantford, how you feel?
Good, because I got a good lineup here today, and I got Christian on the mound, so everyone's feeling pretty confident. So you know, we'll do what we can.
And you got the old haircut going on.
I had to. It's playoff. It's playoff. It's playoff time, eh?
It's awesome. And you know, we talked about this before, just in terms of you know, it's a best of three series. You know, anything can happen in a best of three. I guess, does that kind of play a little bit of nerves going in, just knowing that okay, there's not as much room for error as you would see as in like a 7-game series, I think.
No, in a 7-game series, usually the best team will come out with 4 victories. Here, you know, you make a mistake in game 1, a bloop and a blast in a smaller park. Now you're battling, you know, then you go there and their pitcher throws great, and you know, easily somebody could get knocked out in the way the playoffs are this year. You know what I mean? Because everybody's beating everybody at some point in the year, so anything can happen here. So yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking knowing that you don't have room for error. You know, you better play at your top of the game, or you know, you're going snowmobiling all of a sudden.
Sounds good. All right, best of luck tonight. And that was Panthers manager Don Menard. He's going to be having, as you heard there, a great lineup tonight, starting ace Christian Hawk on the mound for the Brantford Red Sox. They will turn to Mike Mueller on the mound tonight. And with how the Red Sox see things, we're going to turn it over now to my chat with Matt McGovern, who's familiar with this park here at Jack Couch, pitching 5 seasons for the Panthers. So without further ado, here is my chat with Matt McGovern. It's a best of 3 against the Kitchener Panthers. I mean, you know this field pretty well. How do you guys feel coming into the game tonight?
Well, you know as well as anybody here, being at the games, that anything can happen at this field, right? It's a short porch out there. I know that for the 5 years that I pitched here, right? So the game can change real quick. It doesn't matter if it's a 10-run game or a 1-run game. It could swing both ways real quick.
I mean, especially, you know, it's a best of 3 series, right? I mean, there's less room for error than, say, a 7-game series here.
There really is no room for error. Like I said, especially here, you got to have your number 1 and 2 going, and you got to have some timely hitting, and hopefully that we can do that. You know, we're prepared to come into this park. I don't think we've won a game against them all year, but you know, playoffs is a different story.
Yeah, and I guess that was kind of my next question. I mean, going 0-5 against this team this year, but I mean, since that last game on August 19th, you guys have been doing pretty well for yourselves, 6-4 to finish off the season. I guess what has been working for you guys lately to kind of go on the run that you guys have had in the late stages of the season?
Honestly, I think it's just the fact that all our players are showing up. Right, you know, throughout the start of the year and middle of the year, we didn't have everybody here at once. You know, when we got our full roster here and we're ready to play, then you can see what just happened. You know, we won 6 out of the last 8 games, and you know, we're prepared for tonight. As we're getting the lineups here for the Kitchener Panthers, turning it over to our PA announcer, Matt, to take you through the rest of the lineup, and then I'll take you through the lineup after that. And after the anthem, it is playoff time, baby. Here we go.
Number 14, Riley Davenport. In the 7th spot, shortstop number 5, Stephen Whalen. In the 8th spot, third baseman number 53, Nick Parsons. In the 9th spot, catcher number 21, Dan Mahoney. Starting pitcher for the innings game for the Panthers, number 17, Christian Hawk. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand as you're able for the playing of our national anthem?
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is game one of the IBL postseason. Christian Hawk, the OUA champion himself, the ace of the pitching staff of the Panthers, getting started here on the mound tonight. The 24-year-old coming in for his 8th start of 2021. He made 7 starts throughout the regular season, a 5-1 record, a 3.60 ERA, 40 innings pitched, 32 strikeouts, just 8 walks to his credit in that as well. He has been pretty stingy against batters this season. Now taking you through the lineup for the Brantford Red Sox, it will be John Ziamba leading things off. He's the third baseman. Liam Sutherland, the left fielder. Gianfranco Morella, the center fielders, batting third. Nick Burdett, the first baseman, is in cleanup. Robbie Gauthier is the catcher. Mike DeLuca in right field. Jacob Reed is at second base, and this was a game-time decision, but he will play. Matt Pilarchuk is the designated hitter tonight. And then in the 9 spot, you have number 28, Zach Lampera, who is, of course, at short. Panthers a perfect 5-0 against the Brantford Red Sox this season, but as you heard from both coaches, essentially, the playoffs a brand new beast, and it is a best of 3 with no room for error.
Start at the top of the first for the Red Sox, third baseman number 26, John Ziamba.
So John Ziamba will start things off here. The left-handed hitter. And just a note as well that there was some work done on the mound about half an hour ago. It seemed like there was a bit of rain in the forecast over the last couple of days, and it kind of broke down a bit of the mound. But the crews, they were able to get the work done ahead of time, and everybody's just glad that the work was done before the game. Then, something's happening in the middle of a game. We're just going to cause a delay and mess up any kind of momentum as we are underway here at Jack Couch Park. 1-1 the count to Ziamba. And he'll foul that one off, 1-2. Ziamba coming into this game, former Hamilton Cardinal, a 133 average this season. Hasn't batted too much. He's only got 30 at-bats this season. He's got the 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, 6 hits, or rather 4 hits, one of them being a double. And swings on that one and misses, and Hawk strikes out the leadoff hitter.
Left fielder, number 32, Liam Sutherland.
Liam Sutherland coming into the game As mentioned, he is the left fielder for tonight. And Sutherland has been a mainstay on this team this season. One of the better hitters for this team in his first year with the Red Sox. 3 home runs on the season. 2 of them actually coming against the Kitchener Panthers. It was a 2 home run game back in, I believe that was the final game of the season between these 2 teams back on the 19th of August, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, indeed. That was 2 back-to-back home runs, a second inning home run and a third inning home run for Sutherland in that game. As he is up in the count, 2-1. A .271 average this season. And the 2-1. That one's going to be hit down the right field line. Is it going to drop? It is going to drop foul. As the right fielder out there. Who looks to be, I believe that is Jet Jarvis out there. As he ran after that one. Again, Sutherland played in all 5 games in the regular season against the Panthers, batting .188 against Kitchener this season. 5 RBIs, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. Hawk deals, and that one's going to go well off the plate and well away from the catcher, Dan Mahoney. And now the count is full with 1 out here in the top of the first. Hawk deals. That one in the dirt, and Sutherland has issued the walk. And you can hear you can actually hear
21, Gianfranco Morello.
the dugout cheering that walk, and a little bit behind the dugout as well, as there are some Red Sox fans in attendance here tonight. That's the beauty of playoff baseball. You get the fans from both sides, and especially with Brantford only being an hour away. And you'll likely see the same thing in Brantford on Saturday night. It's a 7:30 start in Brantford for Game 2. As that one goes into the dirt, Mahoney protects the ball, keeps it in front of him, and keeps Sutherland over at first base. And now the center fielder, Gianfranco Morello. Again, a solid hitter for this team this season, a .346 average coming into tonight. As that one goes in for a strike. Morello, a .421 average against the Panthers this season, 4 strikeouts, 3 RBIs. Consistently high up in the lineup this season. Again, a pretty chilly night here. We're expecting a low of just 9 degrees. Welcome to fall, ladies and gentlemen. And the 1-2, that one's going to be hit right to the first baseman. And Liam Wilson runs over and gets the out.
First baseman number 25, Nick Burdett.
So Liam Wilson dives over, gets the grounder, runs over, gets the 3 unassisted. More importantly, keeps Morello off of the base path, which is key too. He's one of the better IBL players in terms of stolen bases this season. Sutherland, though, goes over to second base. And Nick Burdett swings on that one and misses. Strike 1. Batting cleanup here tonight, the first baseman. And the outfielder takes that one well inside, and that's actually going to hit him. And he will take first base. As I believe that may have hit him in the elbow or something.
23, Robbie Guthrie.
Or maybe a knee pad or something. You heard the ball hit plastic here in the ballpark. So Zach Lampera comes up, or rather that's Robbie Gauthier, and fouls that one. No, it was actually a wild pitch. And one runner, Sutherland rather, inching towards home, but Mahoney turns around and tells him, "Nuh-uh, you ain't coming home that quickly." The runners do advance. Burdette makes it over to second base. Again, 2 outs. And no score here in the top of the first. Hawk with the 1-0. That one downstairs and make the count 2-0. And Robbie Gauthier, a .293 batting average, the Oakville native. 17 hits on the season, 3 of them being doubles. And that one's going to go down the first baseline, and Wilson has that one bounce off of him, and it goes out into the outfield. One runner comes in to score, 2 runners come in to score, and Brantford takes a 2-0 lead.
Right fielder number 39, Mike DeLuca.
So Robbie Gauthier gets on first base. It looked like Wilson was going to try to trap that one, but it bounced off of his body, bounced into the air behind him, into shallow right field, and one runner was able to come in to score easily. Burdette came in just behind him. And that one just off the plate, ball 1. And Mike DeLuca, the right fielder, up. Again, Brantford taking a 2-0 lead. And, we talked about it earlier, folks. Despite the fact that Kitchener owned the season series 5-0, Brantford has played exceptionally better through the tail end of the season, winning 6 of their final 10 games, those 10 games coming after that 5th game against the Panthers back on August 19th. And that one's upstairs, 2-1. And the crowd in behind the Red Sox bullpen, or rather the dugout, getting excited. That one inside. That one hits the plate. Strike 2. Mike DeLuca. Not to cause a jinx, but he was third in the IBL this season, striking out 35 times, and he's going to foul that one away. It's a .281 average. He has 9 walks, 12 RBIs this season, 27 hits, 4 of them for extra bases, including a home run. Hawk with the 2-2. Swing on and miss. Strike 3 called, and Christian Hawk gets out of the jam, but not before 2 runs come in to score. It is 2-0 Brantford. We're heading to the bottom of the first here in Game 1 of Round 1 of the IBL playoffs. It will be Jet Jarvis, Andy Leader, Liam Wilson. When we come back, you're listening to Kitchener Panthers Baseball here on YouTube. So Mike Mueller getting the start on the mound here tonight for the Brantford Red Sox, making his 4th start of 2021. He had 3 starts, 8 appearances overall for the Red Sox this season. His 2nd season with the Sox. He played also in 2019. A 2-1 record, 2.88 ERA, 25 innings pitched, 22 strikeouts, 11 walks, surrendering 30 hits on the year. And again, it has been mostly in a relief role, but he has, again, as mentioned, made a few starts this season.
The first for your Kitchener Panthers, right fielder number 46, Jet Jarvis.
His last appearance pitched an inning of perfect baseball in that 6-3 loss in the regular season finale against Toronto back on September 5th last Sunday. And Jet Jarvis, the right fielder, leads things off here for the Panthers. That one hits the plate inside, strike 1, as they got the fastball near the knees. That one's well outside. Ball 1 to the leadoff batter, who tends to get on base quite often. 2nd in the IBL when it comes to walks with 27 as he takes that one in for a strike. 41% of his walks this season, Jet Jarvis, came against the Brantford Red Sox this season. He had 11 walks in those 5 games he played against the Sox this season. That one downstairs, 2-2. Batted .214 against the Sox this season. 3 RBIs, 5 strikeouts. And that one is strike 3 called, and Jarvis strikes out.
Center fielder number 49, Andy Leader.
And you talk about a guy that's been on fire as of late, Andy Leader. I mean, what more can be said about him in the latter stages of this season as he takes that one well inside. Went underneath the arm for ball 1. 4 home runs on the year. He's hit all 4 of those home runs in his last 5 games. And Leader swings on that one and misses, strike 1. A 2 home run performance in the season finale on Sunday. Both of them solo shots in that 13-7 loss against London. And he'll pop that one up to center field, deep center field, and just in front of the warning track is the center fielder. And Gianfranco Morello catches that one to collect the 2nd out.
First baseman number 35, Liam Wilson.
And now Liam Wilson steps up here. Wilson, who has been, without a doubt, the best hitter for the Panthers this season. Of course, sitting out in the finale on Sunday, getting that extra rest coming into the postseason. Don Menard took a more cautious approach as that one goes into the dirt, ball 1. And you talk about Liam Wilson, 6th in the IBL, a .410 average this season, 7 home runs, 33 RBIs, both home runs and RBIs, good to be in the top 5 in the IBL this season. He takes that one in for a strike, 1-2. Played in just 4 of the 5 games against the Red Sox this season. And he batted .529 against the Sox this year, as that one is fouled off the foot. And it goes down the first base line. That one's considered a dead ball. And 2 of his 7 home runs coming against the Sox this season. 7 RBIs, 3 walks, striking out just the 1 time. And that one's going to be hit right to the pitcher, but it bounces off of his glove, goes to the second baseman, and throwing that one over for the out was Jacob Reed. So a 1-2-3, bottom of the first. We're heading to the top of the second. And Brantford leading this one 2-0 over the Kitchener Panthers. It is game 1 of the IBL postseason. You're watching Kitchener Panthers baseball here on YouTube.
Starting top of the second for the Red Sox, second baseman number 31, Jacob Reed.
So Jacob Reed, who is playing second here tonight, batting in the 7th spot. Panthers facing the bottom of the order here in the top of the second. And Reed swings on the opening pitch. Strike 1. Reed coming in, a .259 average. Hitless in his last 2 games, coming after a streak of games where he had multi-hit performances in 4 of 5. All of those games also getting at least 1 RBI in each. But he has been on base. That's been the big thing here as he takes that one for a strike. He's been on base in his last 7 contests, either by a hit, either by a walk, just gets on base, and he'll hit that one foul down the left field line. "15 hits on the regular season, 8 walks, 6 strikeouts. Hawk deals the 1-2. That one's going to be fouled off. A packed night here in the IBL. All 3 best-of-3 series getting underway tonight. Barrie is in Welland for that 4-5 matchup. Hamilton is in Toronto for the 2-7 matchup. And that one, another one that's fouled off. As we get into pitch number 7 coming up from Hawk to the batter Reed. That one a curve inside, and that's strike 3 called. And a 3rd strikeout for Hawk.
Designated hitter number 19, Matthew Pilarchuk.
And that's been one of the things that's been missing from this Panthers lineup this season is you're not seeing as many strikeouts from this pitching staff this season. They were last in the IBL as a pitching staff with 175 strikeouts. Mostly known for the groundouts, the pop-outs. And that one's another one that's fouled off. Third best in the IBL this season. Batters against the Panthers this year, batting .285 combined. That one comes well in, right across the plate, strike 2. Matt Pilarchuk, the designated hitter tonight. Was a game-time decision, but it's the playoffs. Of course he's going to play. And swing and a miss. Strikeout number 4 for Hawk. And Hawk is on fire so far here tonight.
Shortstop number 28, Zach Lambria.
Zach Lamprey, the shortstop, the number 9 hitter. Downstairs. Ball 1. And swing and a miss. Strike 1. Lamprey. That one inside, and that's going to hit Lamprey in the arm. It looked like it actually caught him in the elbow. And he does not look comfortable. As they're going to come in and check on him. Or did it hit the cue of the bat? I think it might have hit the end of the bat in on his hands. Yeah, because it sounded like it hit something, either plastic or wood or something. Didn't sound like it hit any kind of skin or body part or anything. But I mean, those elbows, you never know too, right? But yeah, it looks like they're ruling it hit the end of the bat in on his hands. That one's outside, ball 2. So again, Lamprey still in the batter's box. And another ball, and you can hear the Brantford side getting fired up. Lamprey, a 157 average this season, 12 walks, 28 strikeouts. He's got 8 RBIs this season. And that one's going to be hit to the second baseman. And an easy third out, a 1-2-3 inning. As Hawk comes off the mound with 4 strikeouts through 2 innings, we're heading to the bottom of the second. It will be Elliot Curtis, Keegan Marsden, and Riley Davenport coming up. It is 2-0 Brantford. You're watching Kitchener Panthers baseball here on YouTube.
Starting the bottom of the second, your Kitchener Panthers designated hitter number 3, Elliot Curtis.
Back here on Kitchener Panthers Baseball on YouTube, Mark Perry here in the booth at Jack Couch Park here under the lights in Kitchener. Elliot Curtis, the designated hitter, batting cleanup here tonight. Only in his 5th game of 2021, he missed a significant amount of time this season. But in his time at the plate this year, a .385 average. He has 5 hits, a home run, and swings on that one. Strike 2. Again, he played in 3 games in July, the 17th, the 22nd, and the 25th. London, Welland, and Hamilton. He's only seen 1 game here at home this year. That was against Welland on the 29th of August. That one's outside. Again, he's got hits in all 4 games he's played in this season. And Don Menard very high on the skills of Curtis as he strikes out. And the crowd not too thrilled with that strike call.
Second baseman number 34, Keegan Marsden.
So Keegan Marsden, the second baseman tonight, who's been seeing more consistent time at second. And he hammers that one to right center field. And over the fence it goes. Keegan Marsden goes yard. And a home run for the Slugger. It is 2-1. Turns on the first pitch he sees. He had 2 home runs this season. And Marsden sends that one into the night sky.
Left fielder number 14, Riley Davenport.
And this is the Keegan Marsden that we're used to seeing, folks. Again, he had his struggles in 2019 dealing with that shoulder issue. He had his surgery in the offseason, as that one's going to be bat down the line. Davenport will go back to home plate. And coming into this season, Marsden, seemingly 100%. He's gotten better as time has gone along. He batted a .338 this season. He only had the 2 home runs, but he's displaying that power right there. His first home run of these 2021 playoffs. And now Riley Davenport, who's out in left field here tonight. That one's curved, goes downstairs. Davenport spending much of his time behind the plate, but has since shifted into the outfield on a more consistent basis. Swings on that one and misses. Strike 2. A .258 average. 4 home runs on the year for the Wilfrid Laurier University college player. That one goes well downstairs, and they check with the first base umpire to see if he went around, but they're going to say nope, he did not go around, so it's 2-2. 17 hits for Davenport this season. 3 of them came in as doubles. And swings on that one and misses, and that's a strikeout. So make that 3 strikeouts.
Shortstop number 5, Stephen
for Mueller.
Whalen.
Again here, bottom of the second, it is 2-1 Brantford. That one at the knees, strike 1. Stephen Whalen hits that one in on the hands. The first baseman goes to it. Mueller comes over to cover first, and they'll get the out. So Keegan Marsden goes yard with a one-out home run, but that's all they can get across. It is 2-1 Brantford. We're going to the top of the third, and it will be the top of the order coming up. Ziamba, Sutherland, and Morello. You're watching Kitchener Panthers baseball here on YouTube.
Starting the top of the third for the Red Sox. Back to the top of the order. Third baseman number 26, John Ziamba.
And we're back here on Kitchener Panthers baseball on YouTube. My name is Mark Perry. It is the top of the third. Brantford leading the Panthers here in Kitchener under the lights on this beautiful, yet a bit chilly Thursday night. 2-1 the score. John Ziamba takes that one in for a ball. Out of town, the Toronto Maple Leafs leading the Hamilton Cardinals 4-1. That one in the bottom of the second. Sean Riley has gone yard in that one. And speaking of going yard, this one is hit high and deep, and over the fence it goes. A home run for John Ziamba. A lead-off solo shot. And the Red Sox extend their lead back to 2. It is 3-1.
Left fielder number 32, William Sutherland.
And Ziamba getting a round of applause from his teammates as he goes back into the dugout. And a strike one called to Liam Sutherland, the left fielder at the plate. He walked and later scored in the first inning. Another pitch comes in. Strike two called to Sutherland. And your top three. Nobody out. That one just upstairs. One ball now issued to the batter. Christian Hawk on the mound. He deals the 1-2. That one's going to be popped up in the air, and getting under it is Liam Wilson, and he'll record the out.
Center fielder number 21, Gianfranco Morello.
And just to continue with the out-of-town scoreboard, Josh Garton also went yard for the Hamilton Cardinals in that game. Again, that one 4-1 Toronto in the bottom of the second. Welland is at home to Barrie tonight in game one of their best of three. Welland scoring a run in the bottom of the first. They're up 1-0 in the top of the third inning. Again here, 3-1 for the Brantford Red Sox. And Gianfranco Morello, the center fielder, up here. Fouls that one off of the catcher. A quick 0-2 count. 1 out. Morello, his first time up. Hit one down the first base line. Try to get it into the gap. Wilson caught it and recorded the 1 out. And now Morello is 0-2 as another strikeout for Christian Hawk. And Christian Hawk up to 5 strikeouts here tonight. Burdett, Nick Burdett, the first baseman, batting cleanup. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning and later scored. Him and Sutherland both crossed the plate on that Robbie Gauthier hit down that was unable to be controlled by Wilson. Right deep into the infield there. And Burdett, a blooper down the third base line. They'll get it over to Wilson, and they'll get the out. So a leadoff home run for John Ziamba is all the Brantford Red Sox can muster in the top of the third. We're heading to the bottom of the third. It will be Nick Parsons, Dan Mahoney, and Jed Jarvis coming up. It is 3-1 Brantford here in Game 1 of the postseason. You're watching Kitchener Panthers baseball here on YouTube.
At the bottom of the third, your Kitchener Panthers, third baseman number 53, Nick Parsons.
And Nick Parsons will make his IBL playoff debut here, the third baseman batting 8th. As we welcome you back here to Jack Couch Park on this Thursday night. Bottom of the third, 3-1 Brantford. And Parsons fouls off the first pitch he sees. That one in the dirt. Ball 1. As again, Parsons, a Kitchener Junior Panther graduate. I mean, you have to think he's a graduate. He has seen a lot of time with the senior squad here this season. And he has done well. Swings on that one and misses. Strike 2 called. Yes, played 20 games. Did the St. Jacobs native, a .242 average. 13 walks, 24 strikeouts, and there is another strikeout as the pitchers go back and forth.
Dan Mahoney.
As Dan Mahoney walking up to Real American. Still not too sure if he's a big-time wrestling fan. That was actually picked by us in the booth here because you didn't know what kind of walk-up song he wanted. But nonetheless, Mahoney hits that one into shallow right field, and he'll get on with a base hit.
Back to the top of the order, right fielder number 46, Jet Jarvis.
So maybe there is some method to the madness of the music. As Mahoney gets on with the one-out single. And we're back to the top of the order, Jet Jarvis, the right fielder, who struck out his first time up. He was showing bunt, but that one's going to cross the plate anyway for strike 1. As mentioned, these two pitchers have been going back and forth. Mike Mueller for the Red Sox, Christian Hawk for the Panthers. As that one curls in for strike 2. And Jarvis batting .214 this season against the Red Sox. The 0-2, swing on and miss, strike 3 called, and another strikeout for Mike Mueller.
Center fielder number 49, Andy Leader.
So make that 5 strikeouts for Mike Mueller. Christian Hawk also has 5. They are going back and forth in this game. Still a 3-1 ball game. Bottom of the third, 2 out, and that one's going to be hit into right field. Andy Leader comes around first. It was dropped by the right fielder just for a moment there. Not enough for Leader, and Leader's going to go to second base. It was misplayed by the right fielder. Mike DeLuca.
First baseman number 35, Liam Wilson.
The misplay there allowed Mahoney to advance to third. Leader held up for a moment there at first base, but then the throw came in to third base. It was mishandled at third base by Ziamba. And when nobody was looking, Leader took off for second, and he got there standing up. So now there's 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position, and Liam Wilson comes to the plate. And for those of you scoring at home, that is a single to right field for Andy Leader. Advanced to second base on the error by the right fielder. And Dan Mahoney, again, is at third base. And that one hits Wilson, and they're going to load the bases.
Designated hitter number 3, Elliot Curtis.
And Elliot Curtis comes up with the bases loaded and 2 out. Curtis striking out in the second inning. And Mueller deals. That one's going to be hit. A chopper. It goes past the second baseman into the outfield. 1 run comes in to score. 2 runs come in to score. And we have a tie game here at Jack Couch Park.
Second baseman number 34, Keegan Marsden.
And a dangerous hitter comes up to the plate. Keegan Marsden, a home run in the second inning. Has runners on the corners here. Checks his swing. It goes down low. They're checking and appealing with the second base umpire. He says no swing. A 3-3 ball game, bottom of the third. And another one comes in down low, and Marsden holds up 2-0. And again, Keegan Marsden, as a reminder, a .338 average this season. He'll hit that one down the left field line. That one's going to go foul. The Stratford native, finishing off the season on a 3-game hit streak. And the 2-1. That one's going to be fouled away. Hits in 15 of his last 16 games overall. The only one that he didn't have a hit was actually one where he came in late in the ball game back on the 29th of August against Welland. He went 0-1. So you take that one away. He has been on quite the run. Bases are runners at the corners, rather, and it is a full count to Marsden. Downstairs and ball 4, and he's going to load the bases again.
Left fielder number 14, Riley Davenport.
And now Riley Davenport comes to the plate. And there's going to be a meeting at the mound here. Matt McGovern coming to check in on Mueller. So Davenport striking out in the second inning. Has got the bases juiced here in the bottom of the third. 2 out. That one downstairs, ball 1. And Davenport, again, has had quite the season here. Hits in 5 of his last 6 games. Curls inside. A curveball catching the inside of the plate. So strike 1 called there. And again, this is a working man's league, and Davenport is one of those players who doesn't see action all the time. The 1-1. Hit one right to the third baseman, and that is going to do it here in the bottom of the third. So 2 runs coming to score for the Panthers. It is a 3-3 ball game, and we are going to the top of the fourth, deadlocked at 3 apiece. You're watching Kitchener Panthers baseball here on YouTube. And welcome back to Jack Couch Park here in Kitchener. A tie ball game here in Game 1.
Number 23, Robbie Guthrie.
As that's Robbie Gauthier, the catcher, reached on an error in the first inning. And Gauthier turns on the first pitch he sees, and right to the fence. It hits the fence. And that'll be pitched back into the infield, and Gauthier gets to second base standing up.
Right fielder number 39, Mike DeLuca.
As that one had a lot of power behind it. That one almost went. But again, it went off of the fence, into the dirt on the warning track. Andy Leader tracking it down, getting to it, and getting it back. As he gets on with a leadoff double here in the top of the fourth. Quite the ball game here in Game 1 of the IBL postseason. A best of 3, Panthers and the Red Sox. And Mike DeLuca up, the right fielder. Struck out in the top of the first. Swings on that one and misses. One of Hawk's 5 strikeout victims. Hawk and Mueller going back and forth in the strikeout count, both of them with 5 strikeouts tonight. That one outside, 2-1. And DeLuca swings on that one and misses. Strike 2. And both of these two teams coming into the postseason on 2-game losing streaks. One of them is going to snap that 2-game losing slide and in the process take a stranglehold on a best-of-3 series. That one goes up high, and the count is now full to DeLuca. Brantford losing 6-3 in Toronto last Sunday. But also Hamilton losing in that game too, and by virtue of those two losses, Brantford was able to move up the standings, and there's another strikeout.
Second baseman, number 31, Jacob Reed.
Again, Brantford spending the majority of the season, the vast majority of the season, down in 7th place. But the 6 wins in their final 10 games, allowing them to climb up to 11 wins, climb the standings, and they caught up to Hamilton and got out of the basement on the final day of the regular season on Sunday, setting up this very matchup. And we talked about it too, folks. Kitchener was in that second place spot for much of the season as well. And it seemed like even going after the season series was over, we thought, you know what, this is probably going to be the first round matchup. Didn't expect it to be the 3rd versus 6 matchup, but nonetheless, here we are, game 1 of this best-of-3. A 3-3 ball game here in the top of the 4th, and that is Jacob Reed at the plate. Well outside, ball 2. Reed striking out in the 2nd inning. That was his first time up. Marked on the Point Streak website here. That one, it hits Reed, and he'll take first base.
Gets made hitter, number 19, Matt Pilarchuk.
So now we'll see Pilarchuk come up to the plate. And trying to deal some damage here for the Red Sox. Of course, one of the players that will return, or rather his rights, would return to the Guelph Royals in 2022 when the Royals come back into the IBL next season, taking the year off. That one high and outside. Ball 1. Again, Pilarchuk, a 212 average. Has played for the Guelph Royals organization for a few years. Also played with the Burlington Bandits in 2015. That one's called a ball, and the fans not too thrilled about that one. That one very close to a strike. Has hits in his last 6 games, does Pilarchuk. The 2-0. Upstairs, ball 3. And Hawk getting into some trouble here with Pilarchuk here in the top of the 4th. A 3-0 count, 1 out, runners on 1st and 2nd. That one well across the plate, that's a strike. And Hawk needed that one, as Pilarchuk just took on that one. Didn't even look like he was going to attempt to swing on it. And that'll be fouled away. And Hawk finds himself digging out of that 3-0 count, finding the count now full. He's up to 68 pitches here tonight. You got a 3-3 ball game, top of the 4th. Hawk deals. That one's hit to the 3rd baseman, a chopper. They get the lead runner at 3rd base, but that's going to be it. As Pilarchuk gets on with the fielder's choice.
Shortstop number 28, Zach Lampria.
So Gauthier going to third is the second out of the inning. Reed was able to advance to second base. And Zach Lampria comes up here. He grounded out to second base. And you got to love the fans here at Jack Couch. Very lively, especially at this time of year, too. And it's great to see. It's great to have the fans back here in the park for some IBL baseball. And there's a strike right across the plate. As again, we are under the lights. It's just after 8:30 Eastern. Swing and a miss, strike two. A chill in the air. It is mostly cloudy, 15 degrees. As the fans get warmed up here, trying to get Hawk some energy to get out of a jam. And the 1-2 coming here. And that one goes upstairs, ball two. A great atmosphere here for some playoff baseball. Here on the 9th of September. And that one goes inside, and strike three is the call. And Lampria can't believe it. He's going to walk off after saying a couple of words to the umpire. And Hawk, 6 strikeouts, and we are going to the bottom of the 4th. You're watching Kitchener Panthers baseball here on YouTube. We are tied at 3 in Game 1. As T. Swiss serenades the Jack Couch Park crowd here. We are going to the top of the bottom of the fourth inning.
Starting the bottom of the fourth for your Kitchener Panthers, shortstop number 5, Stephen Whalen.
So Stephen Whalen getting started here for the Panthers. A quick scoreboard update. The Toronto Maple Leafs showcasing their power once again. 9 runs in the bottom of the second inning there. And that one's going to be hit down the left field line. That's going to be foul. So the Maple Leafs, in game 1 of their first round series against the Hamilton Cardinals, bottom of the third, they lead it 11-1 at Christie Pitts. In Welland, it is the Jackfish 3, the Baycats 1, top of the 5th. And here we are in the bottom of the 4th, a 3-3 ball game as Whalen continues to foul balls off. That one well outside for Mueller. 1-2. Whalen grounding out in the second inning. 0 for 1 here tonight. And Mueller deals the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Whalen is retired.
Third baseman number 53, Nick Parsons.
As Mueller looks to catch up in the strikeout category. Again, Hawk with 7 strikeouts in this game. Mueller now up to 6. Swing and a miss to Parsons, strike 1. Parsons was one of those strikeout victims. He struck out to lead off the third inning. Well inside. Parsons had to take a step back there. Ball 1. You can really feel the chill here, too. So you're going to start to see more of the long sleeves come out. And Parson hits a pop-up into foul territory, and coming over on the run to catch it is the pitcher Mueller.
Catcher number 21, Dan Mahoney.
So Dan Mahoney, the catcher, he singled in the third inning. The number 9 hitter here for the Panthers. As he takes one downstairs, ball 1. Two outs, 3-3, bottom 4. That one crosses the plate for a strike. We're seeing a very quick ball game here, and Mahoney drives that one into center field and gets on. And Mahoney mania running wild here in the bottom of the 4th. 2 for 2.
Back to the top of the order, right fielder number 46, Jet Jarvis.
So back to the top of the order here, Jet Jarvis. He's struck out twice in this game. As he'll call for time. Jarvis, the lefty, checks his swing, and they're going to appeal. No, they're not going to appeal to first, as The home plate umpire says that crossed the plate. That is a strike, good sir. And that one goes downstairs. Jed Jarvis, the McGill University alum, .286 average, his first season here with the Panthers on a 4-game hitting streak to finish off the season. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Again, he's walked 27 times, 15 strikeouts. He's got 9 stolen bases. And I think we've been talking a lot about just the individual performances here about with these two teams. But, as a team, Kitchener batting .277 this season. That's 5th in the IBL. Well outside ball 2. As these two teams finding themselves a little bit more down low in the standings when it comes to the average. The on-base percentage, although for Kitchener that on-base percentage has gone down in the latter half of the season. They were up a little bit more in that regard at the beginning of the year, as that one is a strike him out, throw him out, and make that strikeout number 7 for Mike Mueller. So lucky 7 strikeouts for both Mueller and Hawk. A pitching matchup here in Game 1 of the IBL postseason. It is Kitchener 3, Brantford 3. We're heading to the top of the 5th. You're watching Kitchener Panthers baseball here on YouTube.
Starting the top of the 5th for the Red Sox. Back to the top of the order. Third baseman number 26, John Ziambi.
So John Ziamba here, the leadoff batter, as the Panthers will face the top of the order here in the top of the 5th. A 3-3 ball game. A Thursday night under the lights, Game 1 of the IBL postseason. A best of 3 to advance to the semifinals. And Hawk gets the first pitch called strike. Hawk threw 4 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 of them earned, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, and a chopper over to Whalen, and Whalen into the dirt, and there's the out as Liam Wilson's able to dig that one out.
Left fielder number 32, Liam Sutherland.
And now Sutherland will come up here. Sutherland, 0 for 1. Walked and later scored in the first. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Again, he does like this ballpark. Hit 2 home runs the last time the Red Sox were here. Quick strike 2. Now, this is no doubt the closest of the games we've seen, as that one's going to be hit to the shortstop. It skips over the glove of Whalen, and Sutherland is able to get to first. As it looked like Whalen had it on the right side, and it bounced left and over the glove. So they are going to credit that one as a hit. But a 50-50 on that one when it comes to whether it's a hit or an error, but it is going to be credited as a hit. And Stephen Whalen continuing to be the hard luck guy when it comes to the Kitchener Panthers out in the outfield, or in the infield rather. Whalen, 13 errors this season. That's tops in the Intercounty Baseball League. And I believe a few of those were also when he was at third, and they're going to go for second, and they apply the tag, not in time, and Sutherland is able to steal the bag. Brantford, 88% on stolen bases this season. They went 46 for 52 in the regular season. As that takes away the double play ball. Swing and a miss, strike 2. As Gianfranco Morello, who's 0 for 2 tonight. And we talk about these team stats as well. Brantford batting .249 this year, an on-base percentage of .340, both of those bottom of the IBL standings. But when they get on, they can do some damage. As Morello faces a 2-2 count here. And that one's going to be hit past the pitcher, Hawk. It goes to the shortstop, Whalen. They get the out at first.
First baseman, number 25, Nick Burdett.
So Nick Burdett comes up. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Grounded out in the third inning. And errors have been seemingly the theme of the year between these two teams. It made a huge difference in the season series. 17 errors by the Red Sox against the Panthers this season. And Brantford as a team batting .215 against Kitchener head-to-head in their 5 games. Kitchener, on the other hand, batting .365 against the Red Sox this year. The 1-0 to Burdett. Outside, 2-0. And they're going to try and get the runner at third as Sutherland was sniffing for a home. And Hawk had to be careful there as Sutherland had a couple of extra steps. As again, they don't have the third baseman at the bag. That is Nick Parsons playing third. As it's allowing, and Sutherland takes a leadoff stutter step going towards home. Trying to keep Hawks' attention split between home and third base. Two outs, top of the fifth, 2-1. And now a 3-1. And the runner's going to go home, slide in, and he is safe. Sutherland steals home, and Brantford takes a 4-3 lead. As the Panthers were a little cavalier on that one. As Mahoney threw that one back to the pitcher after the 2-1 pitch turned into a 3-1. And swing and a miss, strike two. Burdette moved away from the plate. And Sutherland sniffed blood, and he slid right into home. A bang-bang play at home plate, and it is a 4-3 ball game here. Swing and a miss, strike three. 8 strikeouts for Hawk, but he surrenders the steal from Sutherland, and it is a 4-3 ball game. Brantford leading the Panthers. You're watching Kitchener Panthers baseball here on YouTube.
Starting the bottom of the fifth for your Kitchener Panthers, center fielder number 49, Andy Leader.
So Andy Leader starting things off here in the bottom of the fifth, the center fielder. A 4-3 ball game for the Red Sox over the Panthers. And he's going to take the first pitch he sees into deep left field, and he'll get on with a leadoff single.
First baseman number 35, Liam Wilson.
So a leadoff line drive for Andy Leader brings up Liam Wilson. 0 for 1 here tonight. He was hit by a pitch his last time up and then was stranded on third base. Curveball inside, hits the plate. Strike one. Wilson, top 6 in the IBL in a number of major categories as Mueller checks at first base for Leader. And you have to wonder what the response will be for the Panthers. Now facing a deficit, and Wilson is hit for the second time tonight.
Designated hitter number 3, Elliot Curtis.
So Elliot Curtis comes up here. He hit a single in the third inning. And of course that single drove in 2 runs. Curtis waits on that one, ball 1. So that one was just outside of the zone. Curtis also striking out in the second inning. So 4-3 Brantford, runners on first and second. That one goes downstairs, but just at the knees, strike one. And now the catcher is going to come out and check on Mueller. Coetzee and Mueller are going to have a conversation. And again, keep in mind, too, they do have that runner at second base, Andy Leader. So, again, it's a best of 3. It's a 1-run ball game. You don't want to make any mistakes. So you want to make sure you got your signals right. And you want to make sure you're attacking the batter properly. And you don't want to give away anything with Leader able to see the catcher signals. The 1-1. Downstairs, strike ball 2. As Leader out there at second base has taken a couple of extra steps towards third, keeping Mueller's attention on him as well. Couple of checks to the second baseman, and yeah, Mueller not liking that right now, as Leader has to come back to second. The 2-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. Again, thank you for joining us here on Kitchener Panthers Baseball. This is Game 1 of a best-of-3 series, the Kitchener Panthers and Brantford Red Sox. So glad you can join us here on YouTube. 4-3 Brantford. Nobody out. Runners on first and second. The 2-2, swing and a miss, and he's going to foul that one off. As the ball boy Eddie comes out to snag that one. Keegan Marsden is on deck. Elliot Curtis facing a 2-2 count here. And another foul as that one goes off of the bat of Curtis and to the fence in behind home plate. And he's really paying attention to Leader in behind at second base. He's checked the runner at second a couple of times. About 3 or 4 looks before he turns his attention to home. As the infield plays in a little bit, and Curtis is going to foul that one off. And Curtis has a pretty big gap as the third baseman. Yes, he's in the infield there still, but he's been kind of pacing back and forth, heading towards third base a little bit more. Big gaps in the infield there, and Curtis is going to foul that one off. Up to 8 pitches at this at-bat. Has fouled the last 4 of them off. Curtis just staying alive here. And that one's outside. 3-2. Mueller tried to paint the edge of the plate there, but he just missed. So now a full count to Curtis, the designated hitter. And folks, he can be a very dangerous hitter when he gets going. And he'll hit that one straight to the third baseman. They're going to get the one and overthrown into the outfield, and that's going to load the bases. And now the umpires are going to come out. And what are they going to call here? They're going to call an out. They're calling an out on the field. And I'm not too sure why. The third baseman dropped that ball.
Second baseman number 34, Keegan Marsden.
So what are they calling here? So I think Curtis, it looks like Curtis is walking towards the dugout as if Curtis is out. And I really don't understand the play there. That is a very odd play. Curtis hit it to the third baseman. The third baseman dropped it. And a bad throw into the outfield. That was going to load the bases. But the umpires called the play dead. And that one you just got to shake your head at and wonder, what the heck were they thinking there? Nonetheless, one out. Here in the bottom of the 5th, and Keegan Marsden is at the dish, and he takes that one downstairs. So Leader is still on second. Wilson is still at first. And again, Curtis back in the dugout, and I am not sure why. This should be a bases-loaded situation for Keegan Marsden. But nonetheless, we're 2 pitches into this next at-bat. That is the past. And we are moving ahead. It's a 3-0 count to Marsden, who homered in the second inning. He walked in the third. That was just a wild play. One out. And the 3-0 pitch coming here. And the runner goes. Going to third. He slides in and he hits him. But he drops the ball. And he's going to be called safe. The Leader advances to third. Wilson steals the bag and gets to second. And some good sportsmanship there showed by the third baseman. As Leader slid right into Ziamba, who was protecting the bag at third. Ziamba dropped the ball. Leader lost his helmet there momentarily. And he just gives him a good old pat on the head, just checking to see if he's all right. And now we got runners at second and third. And now the 3-1. Down low, And that's going to be a walk, and now the bases are going to be juiced for Riley Davenport.
Left fielder number 14, Riley Davenport.
So the Panthers get the double steal. They get to second and third in the middle of the at-bat for Keegan Marsden. And they decide to load the bases. As Matt McGovern came in momentarily there to check on his pitcher Mueller. And same thing with Gauthier, trying to figure out how you want to attack this situation. 4-3 ball game. Brantford leading Kitchener. Bottom of the fifth. Bases loaded, 1 out. Riley Davenport hits that one. Is it going to be deep enough? The catch is made, and the run goes towards home, and Leader gets in to score. We have a tie ball game.
Shortstop number 5, Stephen Whalen.
And that's just situational awareness there. If you're the center fielder, Morello, it's deep enough. You have a feeling that you're not going to get the runner at home, so you decide instead to pitch it into the infield and prevent the runner at second, Wilson, from advancing to third. So a good situational play there if you're the center fielder, Morello. You surrender the run. Yes, it's a tie ball game, but you get the second out, and now you get to attack Whalen here at the plate with 2 out, and you don't have a runner at third. And that one's going to be hit to right field. And getting underneath it there is the right fielder, DeLuca, and that's going to do it. Heading to the top of the sixth, it is 4-4. What a ball game we have here at Jack Couch. Game 1 of the IBL postseason. 4-4, Kitchener and Brantford. You're watching Kitchener Panthers baseball here on YouTube. Again, hitting to the top of the sixth inning here as the Brantford Red Sox will send Robbie Gauthier to the plate here. A 4-4 ball game. Brantford, Kitchener.
Robbie Gauthier.
And another scoreboard update from out of town at Christie Pitts. It is Toronto 16, Hamilton 1 in the bottom of the fifth inning. Meantime, over in Welland, it is the Jackfish 3, the Baycats 2, that one in the bottom of the sixth. Again, we're at the top of the sixth here at Jack Couch. And a great ball game so far. As they try to break the 4-4 deadlock. That one skips past the pitcher Hawk. And Gauthier is able to get on with a leadoff single.
Right fielder number 39, Mike DeLuca.
So DeLuca comes up, the right fielder. He's struck out twice so far in this game. And he will bunt that one down the first baseline. They'll get it to first. They're able to get the out just in time. But that advances Gauthier over to second.
Second baseman number 31, Jacob Reed.
So make that a sacrifice hit for Mike DeLuca. And Jacob Reed coming up here. Struck out in the second. He was hit by a pitch in the fourth. Hawk deals. And that one right in on the hands. And Hawk plays that one off the hop, but he's unable to get the runner. And everybody is safe.
Designated hitter number 19, Matthew Pilarchuk.
So a single for Reed as Hawk tried to play that one with the bare hand. Dropped it. Or just couldn't. He just mismanaged the not necessarily mismanaged the situation. Just one of those ones where the base runner Reed went down hard. Down the first base line, and Hawk wasn't able to get it over in time. As that one's outside, ball one. Matt Pilarchuk, the designated hitter. 0 for 1, reached on a fielder's choices last time up in the fourth inning. We're on the top of the sixth, a 4-4 ball game. Runners at first and second, and that one's going to be hit into right field, and it's going to drop. Jarvis waits, and he's going to get that one back into the infield. And with one out, the bases are loaded here for the Red Sox.
Shortstop number 28, Zach Lamprilla.
So Zach Lamprilla, 0 for 2 so far tonight, comes up with the bases loaded. A pair of one-out singles by Reed and Pilarchuk. Loading the bases here. And Hawk finding himself into some trouble here. 97 pitches in for the Panthers ace. Down and outside. Mahoney traps it down. Comes in for ball one. That was the 98th pitch on the night for Hawk. Another one outside. Ball two. And you can hear the excitement coming over from the Brantford bullpen and the fans that are in attendance here from Brantford tonight. Hawk hasn't pitched since the 26th of August. That one's downstairs, 3-0. As Zach Lamprilla, the shortstop. We'll have to see if he's going to get the green light here to swing. That one's inside, catches the plate though, strike one. Calmness on the crowd here. That one's in for another strike. Hawk gets back into it. A 3-2 count here. One out, top of the sixth, 4-4 ball game. Lamprey with one out. The 3-2 pitch. That one's going to be hit into the outfield. It's going to drop. One runner's going to come in to score, and they're going to keep the bases loaded. And the Red Sox take a 5-4 lead. And I think that's going to do it for Christian Hawk. As Menard is going to come out. And he's going to signal to the bullpen. And yes, that's going to do it for the Panthers ace here tonight. So Hawk gets through 5 1/3. 7 hits, 5 runs, 3 of them earned, and he gets a round of applause from the crowd here. A great performance. 8 strikeouts for Hawk. And we will be back 5-4. Brantford leading the Panthers. A new pitcher coming into the ballgame. So Matt Stoddard will get the ball here for the Panthers.
Number 26, John Ziamba.
And John Ziamba, the leadoff hitter in this game, the number 1 hitter, I should say, comes on with 1 out and the bases loaded. And that one's going to be popped up. Looks like Parsons is underneath it, and he gets the out. And a much-needed out if you're the Panthers there. And you don't surrender a run on that one. That is what you need in a situation like this.
Left fielder, number 32, Liam Sutherland.
So Liam Sutherland hit a single in the 5th, stole second, got over to third, and then stole home and gave the Red Sox what was then a 4-3 lead. We're now 5-4 here in the top of the 6th with 2 out and the bases loaded. And Matt Stoddard and Dan Mahoney are having a conversation here. Stoddard made 12 appearances in the regular season, 2 starts. Found himself in more of a relief role in the latter stages of the year. Was even the designated hitter in the season finale against London on Sunday. A 5.78 ERA, 20 strikeouts, 12 walks, and that one's going to be hit into the outfield. It's going to get to the wall, and that's going to hit against the wall. 1 run comes in, 2 runs come in, and a bases loaded 2 RBI double for Liam Sutherland. And it is 7-4 Brantford.
Center fielder number 21, Gianfranco Morello.
And not the inning you want if you're the Panthers. As, of course, those runs coming in to score will go against Hawk, who had those runners come onto the bags before he was yanked. So, again, runners at second and third, 2 outs. Morello is 0 for 3 here tonight. That one's well inside. And Lamprilla was eyeing home plate, but he's not going to try to go in for the steal there. The 1-1 fouled away. A 7-4 ball game. Brantford leading the Panthers. And Brantford has come in here with their A game this evening. A chopper to second, and they'll get the runner, and that's going to do it. So 3 runs coming to score for Brantford. They lead it by 3. And we're heading to the bottom of the 6th. It will be Parsons, Mahoney, and Jarvis when we come back. You're watching Kitchener Panthers Baseball here on YouTube.
3, Nick Parsons.
So Nick Parsons getting things started here in the bottom of the 6th. It is a 7-4 ball game. The visitors, the Brantford Red Sox, the number 6 seed leading the 3rd seeded Panthers, and that one's going to be driven into left field, and that'll be caught backing up by Liam Sutherland.
Catcher number 21, Dan Mahoney.
And Dan Mahoney has got a pair of singles here tonight. The number 9 hitter, the catcher, as Mueller remains in the game here. And that one came just outside, but the umpire says that caught a bit of the plate. So an 0-2 count to Mahoney here. Mahoney fouls that one away. And that'll go into the parking lot. A chill in the air here at Jack Couch. 13 degrees, some cloud. Here in the late summer, and that one's a chopper. It drops, and Mahoney has his 3rd single of the game.
Back to the top of the order, right fielder number 46, Jet Jarvis.
So Jet Jarvis back to the top of the order, and Jarvis has been handcuffed in this game. 3 at-bats, 3 strikeouts. As McGovern gives signals to his defense and signals that there's going to be a bunt down the line, and Jarvis gets on with the bunt. Everybody is safe.
Center fielder number 49, Andy Leader.
And you could hear McGovern yell bunt. But a well-placed bunt by Jarvis. And now Andy Leader's going to come up here. Of course, Game 2 coming up on Saturday night in Brantford. That's a 7:30 start. If this series goes 3, it will be back here at Jack Couch Park on Sunday afternoon, a 2 o'clock first pitch. And just a special happy birthday in advance if we don't have a game on Sunday afternoon. Don Menard wanting to wish his sister Judy a happy birthday coming up on Sunday. As Andy Leader, who's got a pair of singles himself, representing the tying run at the plate. The 1-0. Well inside into the dirt. Beautiful Thursday night here at Jack Couch. Tension little high, and Leader checks his swing as that one came in on the inside of the bat as he fouled that one away. Another one inside, 3-1. Leader showing some patience here. Leader this season, he's got 10 walks, and now he's got one here in the playoffs. And the bases are loaded with one out, and guess who's coming up? The last batter you want to see at the plate with the bases juiced.
First baseman number 35, Liam Wilson.
And you think about Wilson here tonight, he was hit by a pitch his last 2 times up. So you got to imagine that he wants to put one into play here. He doesn't want to be hit again. Then again, if he does get hit again, they're going to have one run come in to score. So Wilson coming up here with one out. Bottom of the 6th, 7-4 for the Red Sox. And that one curves in for a strike. And Wilson looking poised here. Swing and a miss. Had a home run cut on that one. 0-2. And you can hear the crowd on the Brantford side cheering that one on. So the 0-2. Mueller. He deals. That one's chopped down. It's going to be fouled away. What a ball game we have here to start the IBL postseason. And the game in Welland, that one's pretty close. The game at Christie Pitts in Toronto, not really that close. All that much. I'll give you more on the scores at the end of this inning. As Mueller and his battery mate Gauthier have a quick conversation. Mueller up to 96 pitches here. As the fans start to make their voices heard here at Jack Couch. That one, it goes in between the legs. One runner will come in to score. A 7-5 ball game here now. As Mahoney comes in. And now runners are at first, or are at second and third. 1-2 the count. And that is going to be credited as a wild pitch. So Jarvis is at third. Leader is at second. The 1-2. Popped up. And it's playable. First baseman gets underneath it, and he'll make the catch. 2 out.
Designated hitter number 3, Elliot Curtis.
And that's going to do it. A strong performance for Mike Mueller, and he has his entire team come out to greet him. A great performance if you're Mike Mueller. 5 2/3, 8 hits, 5 runs, 3 of them earned, 7 strikeouts, 3 walks. And that's the kind of performance you want to see from your starter here in the postseason. A new pitcher coming in for the Red Sox. It is 7-5 Brantford over Kitchener with 2 outs. We'll head back to the ballpark here in just a moment. So Will Langford comes into the ball game for the Brantford Red Sox. The Port Hope native. The young veteran from Queen's University. Also played for the Fort McMurray Giants. And making his first appearance here for the Red Sox. So a bit of an unknown here. Will Langford. Not even in the system for the IBL scorekeeper here in the booth tonight. And he is facing the left-handed batter, Elliot Curtis. And Curtis, you have to imagine, has a little bit of a score to settle here. Seemingly robbed of a base his last time up. That line drive. And he's going to pop this one up. Possibly playable. And that's going to hit the booth. The third ball to hit the booth here at Jack Couch this season. Yes, we're keeping a running tally on that one. So just to kind of give you a bit of a history here on Will Langford. Signed in mid-April of this season. Again, a standout pitcher for the Queens Gales. He actually threw a no-hitter in 2017 against the Waterloo Warriors. The only Queens pitcher to achieve that feat. That one well outside. 3-1 to Curtis. Of course, he's pursuing his master's degree, committed to the University of Toronto. And that one's upstairs, and ball 4. Elliot Curtis takes his base.
Second baseman, number 34, Keegan Marsden.
And now Keegan Marsden, he is 1 for 1, a home run in the second inning. And he's walked his last 2 times up. And now he comes up here. Bases are loaded. A 2-run deficit. And 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. A 7-5 score for the Brantford Red Sox. And that one's down into the dirt. So glad you can join us here on Kitchener Panthers Baseball. What a wild world of sports we have tonight. And we're so glad that you chose us here in the IBL this evening. That one's going to be pop foul. I mean, you just think about it. The Toronto Blue Jays are on quite the run, looking for a sweep of the Yankees tonight. The NFL opens its season tonight. It's Tom Brady and the Buccaneers taking on Dak and the Dallas Cowboys. A couple of Canadians in the U.S. Open semifinals. One on the men's side, one on the women's side. But in the IBL, the postseason taking full hold with 3 games and 3 series starting here this evening. And this has been a heck of a ball game here. The 1-1. Downstairs on Marsden, 2-1. And when Langford was signed, McGovern quoted saying that he's an absolute gamer. So he's coming in here in a relief situation. And that's going to be popped up. Still in play. It's going to drop, though, in foul territory. So again, Will Langford taking over for Mike Mueller. Mike Mueller, 7 strikeouts. His counterpart, Christian Hawk, for the Panthers, 8 strikeouts. Both of them going 5+ innings here tonight. Good efforts from the two starters. And Marsden hits that one into right field. 1 run comes in to score. The second run comes to the plate. He's going to score, and we have a tie game again. My goodness, what a ball game. 7-7 here at Jack Couch. And Marsden comes up big again.
Left fielder number 14, Riley Davenport.
I hope to goodness you guys are not turning away from this ball game, because we are seeing a heck of a performance from both teams. A 7-all ball game in the bottom of the 6th. Riley Davenport up, and he's going to hit that one into center field. It's going to be playable, and Morello will get underneath it. He'll catch that one. But not without 3 runs coming in to score. It is a 7-7 game here in Game 1 of the best-of-3 series. Panthers, Red Sox. Oh my, what a game we got, and what an ending we got here in store coming up at Jack Couch Park. Matt Stoddart comes back to the mound, and he will face Nick Burdett, Robbie Gauthier, and Mike DeLuca when we come back. You're watching Kitchener Panthers baseball here on YouTube.
No errors against the Red.
Top of the 7th here at Jack Couch Park.
Nick Burdett.
Nick Burdett coming up here. A 7-7 ball game, and he chops that over to the shortstop, and they will get the run. No, they will not get the runner at first. Burdett gets down the line, and the first place umpire says he is in there safely. So an infield single for Nick Burdett to start here in the top of the 7th.
Catcher number 23, Robbie Gauthier.
And we're going to flash back, folks, real quick, into the bottom of the 5th. That odd play at third base, that third base we were talking about, where the third baseman dropped the ball on an Elliott Curtis line drive and then pitched it into the outfield, which would have loaded the bases, but they counted Curtis out. And I'll get back to that in just a moment as that one is popped up. And coming up, and that's going to drop. Stephen Whalen and Riley Davenport, miscommunication city there between those two players. And now we have runners at first and second. So again, just to kind of finish my thought from the bottom of the 5th, what happened there was, from what we heard, is that Curtis was called out on that line drive, even though the third baseman dropped it. They're saying that they played it in a split-second decision, an infield fly rule, which, again, in most situations would actually protect the offense. But in that situation there, the way everything played out went from having the bases loaded to runners at first and second, and that's going to be dropped down the line. They will go to first and not in time. And Mike DeLuca gets to first on a bunt single.
Second baseman number 31, Jacob Reed.
So again, 3 singles. And Jacob Reed comes up. Nobody out. And the bases are loaded. The swings in this game. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. The momentum swings in this game have been astronomical. Like, what a ball game. That one is outside. Ball 1. And we are getting word now, a congratulations to Canada's Leila Fernandez advancing to the U.S. Open final in tennis. And that one's going to be hit to the second baseman. They'll get the runner at first, but 1 run comes in to score, and Brantford retakes the lead. It is now 8-7.
Designated hitter number 19, Matthew Pilarchuk.
So Matt Pilarchuk, who had a single his last time up. An 8-7 lead for Brantford. Here in the top of the 7th. Dealt by Stoddard. Ball 1. And that one's dealt. Inside and swung on. Pilarchuk got some wood on it. And the 1-1, no, they're going to, just as Stoddard was ready to pitch, it looks like Pilarchuk called time. So again, an 8-7 ball game, 1 out. And Stoddard calls Mahoney. As they'll chat real quick. Figure out their signals, figure out how to attack Pilarchuk here. Again, Pilarchuk 1 for 3 with a strikeout and a single. And the pitch goes downstairs. Ball 2. And the 2-1 popped up. So again, a 2-2 count. And around the IBL, the Baycats have taken a 5-3 lead on Welland. That game in the bottom of the 8th. Welland had a 3-1 lead at one point. As that one's in the dirt. A full count to Pilarchuk. Over in Toronto, It is 21-3 Maple Leafs over the Hamilton Cardinals in the top of the 7th inning. Toronto just running roughshod at Christie Pitts tonight against the Cardinals. And that one is going to go up high, and Pilarchuk takes his base.
Shortstop, number 28, Zach Lamprey.
So Zach Lamprey comes up with the bases loaded here, and Menard's going to come in. And we heard it from Menard in the latter stages of the year. He's not going to be one to be shy to utilize his bullpen when he feels he needs to do it. But he feels like Stoddard is okay in this situation here. Again, an 8-7 ball game. Lamprey, the shortstop. 1 for 3. Takes that one downstairs for a ball. And another one downstairs, ball 2. Lamprey being patient at the plate here. And you think about Lamprey, 12 walks on the regular season, 28 strikeouts. He batted .157, and another one downstairs, ball 3. Stoddard trying to get Lamprey to swing at that one, but it's 3 straight pitches down low. And that one is going to walk in another run, as that one was high and inside. And Lamprey gets to first base. Gauthier comes in to score. It is 9-7 Brantford. And now it looks like Menard is going to give the hook to Stoddard. A new pitcher coming into the ball game. We'll be right back. You're watching Kitchener Panthers baseball here on YouTube. It is 9-7 for the Brantford Red Sox in the top of the 7th. And we're back here at Jack Couch Park, Kitchener Panthers baseball here on YouTube. Mark Perry taking you through the action here tonight. It is 9-7 Brantford. And Jordan Carthy comes into the ball game for the Panthers.
Back to the top of the order, third baseman number 26, John Ziamba.
He had 8 relief appearances in the regular season. He's done well lately. And that one's going to be popped up into the infield. And Whalen calls off Parsons and is able to make the snatch. And just like that, Ziamba is retired. 2 out.
Left fielder, number 32, Liam Sutherland.
So again, Carthy, an 8.18 ERA, 11 innings pitched, 9 strikeouts, 4 walks. Trying to get his team out of a jam here with 2 out. That one just outside, ball 1. Bases loaded. Again, here in the top of the 7th, Brantford leading by 2. Sutherland, 2 for 3, 2 RBIs on the night. That one well outside, a wild pitch, gets past the catcher, and 1 run comes in to score. And that will also advance the runners. So DeLuca crosses the plate. Pilarchuk moves to third. Lamprilla moves to second. And it is 10-7 Brantford. Hits the plate. Strike 1 on the play. 2-1. Here to Sutherland. He doubled his last time up. And Sutherland was quite nifty on the base path. A couple of stolen bags in the 5th inning, including a steal of home. And if my intel hits me correctly, I believe that is the 2nd time the Red Sox have stolen home this season. Carthy with the 2-2. That one's hit in for Whalen. Whalen over to first, and they'll get the out at first. So another 3 runs for the Red Sox. They now lead it 10-7. We're heading into the bottom of the 7th. It will be the bottom of the order coming up for the Panthers. Whalen, Parsons, and Mahoney. It is stretch time at Jack Couch Park. 10-7 Brantford. You're watching Kitchener Panthers baseball here on YouTube.
Shortstop number 5, Stephen Whalen.
And Stephen Whalen comes in here. He's 0 for 3 tonight. That one goes up high. Langford's still on the mound for the Red Sox here. A 10-7 ball game, and that one's hit into right field, and Morello will make the catch.
Third baseman number 53, Nick Parsons.
As the Panthers find themselves, after dispatching of Mueller after 5 2/3, they're getting the ball into play, but a lot of flyouts. But they also are working the pitcher as well. Some walks, some runs. A 10-7 ball game here in the bottom of the 7th. And because I am the sports aficionado that I am, I might as well give you some of the scores around professional sports. If you're not watching these other games, I hope you're joining this one. And I hope you're enjoying this one because it has been a heck of a ball game. But just so you're not missing out, halftime in the NFL season opener, Tampa Bay 21, Dallas 16. Tom Brady with 3 touchdown passes and 2 interceptions. Dak Prescott for the Cowboys, 2 passing touchdowns. And in the world of baseball, the Blue Jays leading at 4-2 on the Yankees in the top of the 9th. And that one is going to be sent over to third, and they are going to not get the runner as Nick Parsons crosses the plate, crosses first base safe.
Catcher number 21, Dan Mahoney.
So again, the Blue Jays looking for their 8th straight win, trying to close the gap on the Yankees in the wild card race in the major leagues. Here in the IBL, again, it is 10-7, 1 out. And a strike one called to Nick Parsons, or rather to Dan Mahoney. Mahoney watches that one and calls a strike. And Mahoney with quite the ball game here, 3 for 3, 3 singles. Has crossed the plate 2 times. And that one's inside. Doesn't hit the plate this time. Ball 1. And Mahoney will foul that one off. That'll go into the parking lot. And we are here, game 1 of the postseason. And no room for error. And it has been back and forth action. Brantford taking a 7-4 lead in the top of the 6th. Kitchener replying with 3 runs of their own in the bottom of the 6th. And then Brantford turns right back around and scores 3 more in the top of the 7th. And that is where we stand here. 10-7. Brantford leading Kitchener. The 6th seed leading the 3rd seed. And Mahoney hits that one into the gap, and Morello will catch that one. As Morello comes over into right center field on the run to make the snag.
Number 46, Jeff Jarvis.
So Jet Jarvis comes up here. After striking out 3 straight times, he hit a single and scored back in the 6th. And he swings on that one and misses. And Jarvis, a very patient player at the plate. You're in a clutch situation. Takes that one in across the plate down low. Strike 2 called. And another one crosses the plate, strike 3. And Jarvis strikes out for the 4th time tonight. Brantford leading 10-7. We're going to the top of the 8th. And coming up, it will be Morello, Burdette, and Gauthier when we come back here on Kitchener Panthers Baseball here on YouTube. Heading up here to the top of the 8th, it is Brantford 10, Kitchener 7. Game 1 of the IBL quarterfinal series, a best of 3. So glad you can join us here on YouTube. My name is Mark Perry, taking you through tonight's action. And again, we thank you for joining us here on the Kitchener Panthers YouTube page. Around the IBL, Barry 5, Welland 3. That one going to the bottom of the 9th, and that one is going to be turned on. It's going to go down the line and foul. For Gianfranco Morello. 0 for 4 tonight. The other game in the IBL tonight, another game 1. Top of the 8th, Toronto 21, Hamilton 5. That pitch comes in, but Jordan Carthy is not going to get the call there. They get ball 1. And that one goes into the dirt. Mahoney protects the ball. Keeps it in front of him. And they count now 2-1 to Morello. And Morello hits that one to the second baseman. And a good knockdown by Keegan Marsden. Gets it in front of him. and gets it over to first base to get the opening out. A great play at second by Keegan Marsden.
First baseman, number 25, Nick Burdett.
And that is the veteran play you want to see from your second baseman. A hard hit ball. Marsden not able to kind of snag that one, but is able to knock it down, keep it in front of him, and gets it over to Wilson to record the out. And now Nick Burdett comes up here. 1 for 3. Struck out in the 5th inning. Singled and scored in the 7th. And that's going to be popped up into the infield and caught by Parsons. Make that 2 out as Burdett is retired.
Catcher number 23, Robbie Gauthier.
And now Robbie Gauthier, he is 3 for 4 tonight. A double, a pair of singles. He reached on an error in the 1st inning. And you can hear the crowd in behind the dugout for Brantford. The Brantford fans getting on Carthy. And every pitch in this at-bat met with cheers. As the fans from down in Brantford getting on the pitcher. The count's 3-1. And a swing and a miss, strike 2. 2 out, a 3-2 count. It is 10-7 Brantford. Here in the top of the 8th, Carthy deals. Hit over to second base, and Marsden gets it over. And a much-needed 1-2-3 inning for the Panthers, who trail this one by 3 going to the bottom of the 8th. And it will be the heart of the order, Leader, Wilson, and Curtis when we come back. You're watching Kitchener Panthers baseball here on YouTube. And welcome back to Kitchener Panthers baseball here on YouTube. Bottom of the eighth.
Bottom of the eighth for your Kitchener Panthers. Center fielder number 49, Andy Leader.
Andy Leader swings on the first pitch he sees, strike one. Leader 2 for 3. Walked his last time up. And it's called for time. And Leader takes that one inside, down low. Ball one. Pair of singles to his credit here tonight as well. And he'll foul that one away. And Will Langford still on the mound for the Red Sox. And what a debut he has had. Again, signed in April of this year. And that's going to be popped up. Playable for Morello. Morello gets underneath it, and that is the opening out of the inning.
First baseman number 35, Liam Wilson.
So Liam Wilson comes up here. Wilson without a hit here tonight. Not for a lack of trying, though. 0 for 2. Grounded out and popped out. But has also been hit by a pitch twice in this game. And he will hit that one into left field. But getting underneath that one is the left fielder. And Sutherland retires Wilson.
Designated hitter number 3, Elliot Curtis.
So Elliot Curtis checks on the swing there. Doesn't really go around whatsoever. He's 1 for 3 here tonight. Curtis walked back in the 6th inning. And he will pop that one up. Looks like it's playable. And that's going to drop into the stands. Again, a quick turnaround here in the IBL playoffs this year. A different format than in previous years. Usually you see some best of 5, some best of 7s. Here it's a best of 3 the first 2 rounds, and then the IBL finals is a best of 5. Curtis chops that one over, gets past the shortstop, and Curtis gets on with a single.
Second baseman number 34, Keegan Marsden.
Keegan Marsden up here. He 2 for 2. 2 walks. Hit a home run his first time up tonight. And he'll watch that one cross the plate for a strike. And again, as they say, no lead is safe here at Jack Couch as that one goes off of the catcher And Curtis strolls into second base. So now there's a runner in scoring position here. Again, continuing to get a bit cooler here at Jack Couch. Start seeing some fans wearing the sweaters, putting on some blankets for warmth. Well inside, and Curtis will advance to third. A second straight wild pitch. And Curtis again hits the single. And 2 wild pitches later, he's 90 feet from crossing. Again, a 10-7 ball game. Brantford in front of the Panthers. Bottom of the 8th, 2 outs, and the 2-1 pitch. Inside, 3-1. And that one comes inside. As again, I do check on the streams every now and then to make sure the connections are going through. And again, if I haven't said it enough, it is 10-7 Brantford. Bottom of the 8th. Brantford leading by 3. And the tying run is at the plate. Riley Davenport. As there's a meeting at the mound. And we can tell you it is a final in Welland. The visiting Barrie Baycats winning Game 1 over the Jackfish by a score of 5-3. So just like that, the Jackfish are on the brink of elimination. And that one's outside. And just to give you a quick scoreboard update, at Christie Pitts, Toronto again continuing to lead big, 21-6 in the top of the 9th. Here again, Brantford 10, Kitchener 7. Check swing by Davenport, and they're not going to say he went through. So the count's 2-0. Runners on the corners with 2 out. Curtis is on third. Marsden is on first. And Davenport is 0 for 3 here tonight. Swing and a miss, strike 1. We'll have to see what the approach is here, the 2-1. Crosses the plate, strike 2. A borderline pitch there as that one, according to the umpire, just clipping the outside of the plate. Well inside, 3-2. A full count to Davenport. Here in the bottom of the 8th, 2 out. A 10-7 ball game. And that one's going to be popped. And out of play. Into the parking lot. No, that's going to go right into the bullpen for the Brantford Red Sox, who do have a pitcher in there. I wasn't able to catch a number. But there is a pitcher warming up in the bullpen. Langford through 2 innings. And that one's going to be fouled away. Seven pitches into this at-bat. Davenport working the count. Hits that one into the gap. Gets it into the outfield. 1 run comes in to score. It is 10-8. We're not done yet, folks. An RBI single for Riley Davenport. And he sure earned that one with a lengthy at-bat. And it looks like Langford is going to get the hook here. Or is it just going to be, yes, he is going to get the hook. So a new pitcher coming in for the Red Sox. Again, 10-8. Brantford over Kitchener. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. We'll be back. New pitcher into the ball game. That's Mac Major for the Brantford Red Sox. Made 10 appearances in the regular season, 4 starts. Had a 1-4 record this year. A 7.20 ERA, 16 strikeouts, 9 walks. Surrendered 54 hits.
Shortstop number 5, Stephen Whalen.
Of course, many of his starts coming in the latter half of the season, making 4 starts. His latest coming on September 3rd in London, a 10-3 loss. He pitched 6 1/3 in that game. He also pitched an inning on the 5th in Toronto. And again, he surrendered 2 runs on a hit in Toronto. 8 runs on 12 hits against London. That was a 10-3 loss on the 3rd. And that one's going to be hit down the line and controlled by the first baseman. And they will get the 3rd out. Nick Burdett make it 3 unassisted. And we're going to the top of the 9th. It is a 2-run ball game, 10-8. Brantford over Kitchener. We'll be right back. You're watching Kitchener Panthers baseball here on YouTube. So Mike DeLuca comes up into the ball game. Here in the top of the ninth, again, it is 10-8 Brantford. Game 1 of this best-of-3 first-round playoff series. The rival Panthers and Red Sox. The Battle of Highway 24. Fouled away. And just a quick, another scoreboard update. Another Toronto score, but this one with the Blue Jays. They have officially won 8 straight ball games. They have defeated the New York Yankees 6-4, sweeping a 4-game series in the Bronx. And a swing and a miss there by DeLuca, strike 2. So again, the Jays, a game and a half back, coming into this game, coming into tonight. 2-2 pitch to DeLuca, fouled away. That is still Jordan Carthy on the mound for the Panthers. Hit over. Parsons gets it to Wilson. And DeLuca's retired.
Second baseman, number 31, Jacob Reed.
So Jacob Reed comes up here. Reed is the number 7 batter. Reed, 1 for 3 tonight, has an RBI to his credit. He is also struck out. Panthers now in the bottom of the order. When the Panthers come up in the bottom of the ninth, it will be the 8-9-1 Parsons, Mahoney, and Jarvis that are due up. Reed with a sacrifice hit his last time up. Well outside. Ball 2. And the fans really giving it to Carthy anytime he misses a pitch. And that one goes into the dirt. A very lively crowd here at Jack Couch tonight. This is playoff baseball, folks. No room for error in a best of 3. And that one's upstairs, ball 4.
Designated hitter, number 19, Matthew Pilarchuk.
As Reed is serenaded by the visiting Branford faithful that made the trip up tonight. Matt Pilarchuk, 1 for 3 tonight. It's 1 hit, a single in the 6th. That one goes into the dirt. Carthy behind 1-0. McGovern over at third base, giving some signs. Runner at first. We'll see if he goes. That one's hit into right field. And caught by the right fielder. And Jarvis retires. Pilarchuk.
Shortstop, number 28, Zach Lamprey.
So Zach Lamprey comes up, 2 out here in the top of the ninth. It is 10-8 for the Brantford Red Sox. Brantford looking for their first win over the Kitchener Panthers this season. Swing and a miss, and they're not going to get the runner as Marsden actually missed the ball, and they are actually going to count it out. So they're going to say it was interference. Interference on the batter, I believe. And now McGovern coming in to say his piece. So batter interference on Lamprey. And McGovern having a conversation there with the home plate umpire.
No errors against the Panthers and 1 left on base.
And Mac Major will come back in for the Red Sox. We'll be back. You're watching Kitchener Panthers baseball here on YouTube. Bottom of the 9th. Coming up, Parsons, Mahoney, and Jarvis.
At the bottom of the 9th for your Kitchener Panthers, third baseman number 53, Nick Parsons.
So Nick Parsons gets things started here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And what a game we have for you here tonight. Lead changes, tie games. It has been back and forth action here at Jack Couch on this chilly Thursday night. And Parsons rets over to first, and they're going to get the out at first. Panthers fans not happy with that one. But Parsons is retired.
Catcher number 21, Dan Mahoney.
And Mahoney, who's been the hottest hitter for the Panthers tonight, watches a first pitch strike. That one's down low. Out of the glove of Gauthier. Mahoney, 3 singles. He flew out to center his last time up. He'll hit that one down the line. It is fair. It goes down to first, and that is 2 outs. And the Panthers are down to their final out.
Back to the top of the order, right fielder number 46, Jet Jarvis.
And Major now dealing with Jarvis. And a first pitch strike. Brantford fans very lively in behind the dugout. And Jarvis will foul that one away. 0-2 to Jarvis. 10-8. Brantford leading the Panthers here in Kitchener under the lights on this Thursday night at Jack Couch Park. And that one's going to be sent over to the pitcher. They'll get it over to first, and that'll do it. And the Brantford Red Sox get their first win of the season over the Kitchener Panthers. At a time where it matters the most, Game 1 goes to the visitors. The Brantford Red Sox have put the Kitchener Panthers on the brink of elimination with a 10-8 victory here at Jack Couch. These two teams will meet again in Game 2 on Saturday night in Brantford. That's a 7:30 first pitch. If the Panthers beat Brantford on Saturday, we will be back here on Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock. And if this is the last time you hear from me this season, thank you for joining us all throughout the season. But hopefully, for the sake for Panthers fans, we get to see you back here on Sunday afternoon. But if not, it has been a great season. But anything is possible. We'll see what happens on Saturday nights in Brantford. A 7:30 first pitch again on Saturday nights. For everybody in the booth here, I'm Mark Perry saying so long from Jack Couch Park. Again, Brantford taking Game 1 of this best of 3 by a score of 10-8.